Hey crew, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Chances are that if you're here, you want to make a fun design, maybe a little splash of watercolor. Today, I'm going to be making something that's inspired by a tumbler size design, so a 20-ounce tumbler. But the design that we're going to be doing today is related to dogs. So if you are looking for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift for somebody, this design can be used on different apparel. It can be used on hats. It can be used on mugs. And so one of the reasons that I love doing designs like this is because it is so versatile. Whereas when you're just doing a standard tumbler mug, sometimes that design goes all the way edge to edge, and it's not something that would necessarily be able to be easily used on something like a hoodie. So, another reason you might be here is just because you want to hang out with the crew, and I'm down for that. So, if you're ready, let's get into it. Okay, first we're going to get into it, right? The thing we need to do is we're going to start with an image of a dog, right? Now, there's a lot of things that you can select from within Canva itself, but I am personally having a lot of fun, and you can see I've used almost 100 tokens in the Canva Dream Lab, which was part of that Droptober release. So I'm absolutely loving that. I am going to leave the prompt down below, and I'll also put it on the screen. But I wanted to start with the Yorkie, and I wanted it to be a watercolor theme. So this is the prompt that I used to get the image that I wanted. Sometimes you might have to generate it a few times. But anyways, that's where you want to start. I'll also put the link for you below. So now we want to start a project. I want to use this guy, right? So the thing that I needed to do, and I can actually show you, say I wanted to use this one. You can either get edit and click edit, and it will take you to a new project, or you can select download depending on where you're going to be using it. Today we're going to be using Canva. In order to do that, you create your new project. Now this is going to be for a tumbler size design. So what you could do is I already have a project open, but I can create a design, and I'm going to do custom, and I want to do the width at 11 inches. Oh, and you have to change this first. So you want to do the width at 11 inches, and then you want to do the height at 8.5. So that's a standard letter size, but I want it to be in landscape mode because this is going to be personally for a tumbler, but you can resize it for however you need. So then you hit create new design. Once you have your new design open, now you'll click uploads, and you just want to drag that right into your uploads. Okay? So now we have a picture of this beautiful Yorkie. For this project, just because I don't want to have to make it twice, I did want to go with the Yorkie that I had here. But that's just simply to show you the actual prompt and how to get the image to start with. So I'm going to crop this down just a bit so I don't have all the extra space. And I don't know where my background remover thing went here, but if you go into edit, and there's a background remover right there. Because you will need to have a transparent PNG file to be able to sell, use on projects, or use on the Tumbler. So now I got this cute little guy. I'm all about easy, right? This isn't everything that I do want, so I'm going to add a little bit more color. And so also remember for the Tumbler designs, a lot of them are like 9.3 to 8.2 up to 11.5. So you're going to have some carryover. So what we try not to do is, even though you're making your design, make sure that your design's not going to be cut off when they actually go do the tumbler. So I do not like to fill up the design all the way around. Now, if you have a background color, that's fine because it's going to end up being seamless. So just a little side note, it gives you extra space to work with. They can print it on the full entire sheet, but there is, depending on the size of the tumbler, dimensions will sometimes have a gap. So, okay, so we're going to go over here and we're going to type in watercolor splash and just look at the different colors. There's some different color palettes here, right? So depending on how bright or light that I want this. So let's try this one. And then now it's covering the dog. So we want to go to position and we want to layer it backward. Now that might be too bright, right? So you can come up and change the transparency, which does work. You could also just try different colors out. So same thing again. Maybe I'd even like cute if you had like a lighter one. Position that to the background. Okay, so now there's different apps that you can use. You can use the text that's there or even pre-made text, which are very nice. For this one, I wanted it to have a feel so it aligns with the other ones that I am making for my Etsy listings. But if you go to apps and type in type gradient, you'll want this one. And so it already kind of has a color scheme that I like, but this is where you'll put what you want that to say. So for this guy, we're going to do, or this girl, I don't know what she is, fierce and fabulous. Okay. So do you want it uppercase or lowercase? In this case, we'll just try it and see what we come up with. You can change the fonts here. We'll see if there's one that I like better than that. Let's see this one. See what that looks like. That one's pretty nice. It's not as bold, but it's good. And then you can change the different color gradients here. You can change the color palette. So if you didn't like the blue and purples, you can certainly go in there and do that. And then you click add to design. And remember, you don't want it to go all the way to the edge because you're going to have a little bit of carryover. You could even create, if you needed to stay within your guides, you could essentially add, I'll just show you real quick. You could add a square to here and then see where it has the dimensions as I'm pulling. So if I wanted to stay in a 9.3 or 8.2, you could just do that and it's going to give you the dimensions over there on the side. So that's just a little trick. I did do that when I was first starting to make sure I didn't overlap. And then you could just have a little more fun with it. This is good. I feel like even this is simple, but it's really cute. You could add maybe some paint splatter or little bows. Let's see. So let's see, we have some paint splatter. You could make a bunch of different ones just by copying here. It just duplicates it. But now if you want to change this color and you want it to be something that's within your design, let me show you. You go up here to the color. And you can't do this with all photos and graphics, but if it has a color wheel up there, you definitely can. And so this is how you could customize that color. So you go to your document colors, hit the plus sign, and then hit this little dropper here. And what you do is you just hover over whatever color it is you're looking for. So if you wanted the lighter one, let's see if I can, this light pink. So now it's changed it to that. You could cover it. Let's see, position it backwards, because we want it to be behind the dog and everything. So you could hit all the way to the back or just click backwards until you find, something that you might like. And then if you still feel like it's too bold, you can decrease the transparency on it so it matches a little bit better. It's not really in the way. Like I said, you could duplicate it and make it stronger in some areas if you want. It's just however it is you're feeling. I don't like it, so I'm going to take it away. But it just gives a little bit of extra. Now, again, you can go back through here and say you didn't like that font. You could change it. Like maybe I'm thinking that's not bold enough. Oh, yeah, I like this one better. Yeah, fierce and fabulous. So that is with the Berkshire. There. Okay, so now my design's done. You can add whatever it is that you want. for these ones, I like to keep them kind of simple. Now what you can do is you want to go over to share, and remember, if you're going to be using this on a project of your own, or if you're going to be selling them, you need to be able to have the transparent background for them. So click download. You want to make sure that your file type is a PNG. Make sure you hit transparent background so that they won't get all of that white, and you'll see more of like when you pull it over. No, let's see here. So all that white space is gone, right? And then this is the only thing that they'll be able to see. Okay, and then you click download, and then you'll go ahead and save that to your folder of choice. And then that's what you would share with anybody that you're selling it to, you're giving it to, or how you would print it. As you can see, that box came up. For me, that's how I would print it. I would just go ahead here, put it on my sublimation printer, and then add it to the tumbler or to a hoodie. I haven't decided if I'm going to use it on more than one thing yet. But this will be a collection that I'm going to end up putting on Etsy. I really do, hope this helps. Again, I'll put the prompt down there. I'll make sure you have the link to the Canva Dream Lab. But it's really, designing doesn't have to be difficult. And now with all of these tools that we have, it's going to make it so much easier to design, to make money from home, to make your own gifts. I mean, the options are really endless, but I do thank you for hanging out today, and I'll come back for the next one.